seconds and counting.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Clutch City Entertainment video, and today we're going to be talking about the Rockets offseason, just what's been going on recently. And so today, or well actually yesterday, when y'all will be seeing this, the schedule for the Houston Rockets 2023-24 season released. Their first game is on the road at Orlando, and their second game is against Wemby in San Antonio. Their home opener is against Golden State. The third game of the season, I believe it was October 29th was the date. The only ESPN game that they have some NBA TV games as well, but the only ESPN game that they have this season is the Pistons. It is against, it is a men versus Asar, Cade versus Jalen, Ivy versus Jabari, Duran versus Şengün. There's a lot to look forward to with that matchup, and it should be a very fun game. It is in January. Some other interesting things from their schedule, from Rockets_Insider on Twitter. Great account, by the way. Gets a lot of good Rockets news. This will be the first year in a while where they do not have a New Year's Eve game. This season, the Rockets have 14 sets of back-to-backs. The Rockets will play 13 of 20 games on the road from January 8th to February 14th heading into All-Star break. And post-All-Star break, the Rockets will not play more than 3 consecutive home games or road games. Some other interesting little tidbits from the schedule. Kelly Iko, the athletic reporter for the Rockets, who we will get into a little bit more in a little bit. But Dylan Brooks makes his return to Memphis December 15th, and Fred VanVleet makes his return to Toronto February 9th. Some other interesting things that have happened this offseason. So, as of recently, Jalen Green has been seen in so many different scrimmages and runs with a ton of different NBA players. He's been seen with Kevin Durant a ton. I mean, if you continue to doubt his work ethic, I don't know how you can continue to do that. I mean, he has been working his butt off this offseason to get better and become the star this team needs him to be, and Udoka needs him to be, and Stone needs him to be, and just it's going to be very exciting to see all this work pay off this upcoming season, because I'm fairly sure it's going to pay off, and I truly believe in his talent, and the work ethic is there, and he is going to make it pay off, and I am so excited to see it happen. There is some more footage dropping of him tomorrow, and he's going to play in a Pro-Am thing on Saturday, I believe. I mean, just overall, this is so exciting, and it's going to be awesome to see. We posted some of the videos on our Twitter if you want to head over there. We quote tweeted one of the Pro-Ams things, so if you want to see that date, go ahead and check that out as well. You can go to our page and just see. One of the interesting things about this offseason is I have not seen Amen Thompson posted at all. So I'm curious if this is due to injury or if this is due to him just not liking to be posted. I'm going to go ahead and go with the latter of them. I think he's more of a quiet guy, and he's not really going to want his name out there too much I think he just wants to kind of be in the quiet and peace, and he just wants to keep it kind of silent, which is completely cool, and I'm not worried about it, but it is a little bit interesting how we see nothing about Amen, and we've seen so much about Jabari and Tari, Jalen, and even KPJ, but we've seen none of Amen. So it should be interesting, and even Fred VanVleet we've seen a pretty good amount from. Some unfortunate news for the Rockets, and I believe for the Australian national team, Jock Landale hurt his ankle pretty bad. Not sure how long he's going to be out for, but it didn't look very good. And so I thought we should talk about maybe who the backup center should be if Jock Landale is out, because obviously Alperen Şengün is your starting center. And, I mean, that's pretty obvious. But if Jock Landale is out for any stretch of time, who is your backup 5? Because you don't have Usman Garuba anymore, you don't have Boban, you don't have any of these guys. I believe the backup 5 would honestly be Jeff Green. I think they'd play small ball, and they'd slide Jeff Green over to the 5, which he's done a lot more recently in his older age, and I think that would work out decently. Ideally, you have Jock Landale play the 5, and I'm actually a big fan of Jock Landale. I think he was a very good signing for this team, and it should be fun if he's able to stay healthy. So hopefully his ankle's okay, and he will be able to be good for the start of the season and just be a great backup center for us behind Alperen Şengün. Some other interesting things, KPJ was doing some runs, I believe it was in Brooklyn, and Ime was there, which was fairly interesting. I don't think KPJ is going anywhere, guys. No matter how you feel about him, I think Udoka likes him a lot, and he's a very good shooter off the ball, and he's just a very good offensive player. In the right role, he can be a very good player, and I truly believe that. He's been way out of role in the last couple of years, but there's no reason he can't be a good six-man, I think, for this team. The final thing, because I don't think this is going to happen, but I think we should at least talk about it. So the Rockets reporter, or Rockets athletic reporter, Kelly Iko, who we talked about a little bit earlier, he was talking about some teams that could possibly make a move for Joel Embiid due to the recent, Sixers news that it's not looking very good for that team. We've seen James Harden come out and talk trash about Daryl Morey, and just overall, it's not looking very good. So it should be interesting to see if we even have interest in Joel Embiid. If that was to happen, I would hope so, because I think that'd be a good fit, and they need rim protection, obviously. And I mean, dude, he's an MVP caliber player. Why would you not want him? So maybe Jock Landale could be backing up Joel Embiid. That'd be pretty funny. But we will have to see. I would take that with a grain of salt. I don't think that'll end up happening, but who knows? I just think we should at least include it in the video and get it out there so maybe people can, do whatever they please with the information. If you want to see the full Rocket schedule, it's posted on pretty much everywhere now. It's been out for a little bit, so go ahead and check it out. I believe tickets are still on sale for the first couple games if y'all wanted to go ahead and buy those. It's just for this time right now that they're out, and it should be pretty fun games. I mean, like the Warriors should be a pretty fun game. There's just a lot of good games on this schedule early. There's a ton of home games earlier in the stretch. They play the first two on the road, and then I believe the next 7 are at home, which is awesome. It should be pretty exciting. I should be at least a couple of those games, and that should be very fun. Check out some of the teams that they play through that stretch. Okay, so the first game is at Orlando, like we previously stated. Second game is at San Antonio, and then they come home. They play Golden State, Charlotte, the Kings back-to-back, the Lakers, Pelicans, Nuggets, and then they have to go back on the road. They play the Clippers on the road, the Lakers on the road, the Warriors on the road, and they come back Memphis, Denver on the road against Dallas, and then Denver, Lakers. So overall, it's not an easy schedule, but no games really are an easy schedule. They're really easy games, especially when you're in the West. I mean, the West is very tough, and it's going to be interesting. I mean, the Rockets realistically are a play-in team, but they may not be a play-in team because of how loaded the West is. I mean, it's just insane. Some other little facts that I maybe should give y'all. So they play the Pistons on December 26th, the day after Christmas. That game is on NBA TV. So technically, nationally broadcasted game. Technically, they have 4, I believe. They only have 1 ESPN game, which I really think is all that counts. But they have 3 NBA TV games. They have the one against the Pacers. They have one against the Sixers on January 15th. And then they have one against, let's see, the other one is against the Mavericks on April 7th. So there's a lot of different games to watch this year. I mean, obviously there's 82 games. I don't know why I said that, but it should be interesting. The Pistons game that's actually broadcasted is January 12th. It's a Friday. It's on ESPN. Should be a fun one. There's a lot of different rivalries involved in that one, which is pretty fun. I'm glad we got at least one ESPN game this year. And then we have our in-season tournament games. First one is November 10th against the Pelicans. I mean, there's just a lot to take in recently that have just kind of been overlooked because the Texans are starting their season and everything. But it should be a ton of fun. And I'm really excited for this Rocket season, and I hope y'all are as excited as me. Appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like and subscribe, and follow our Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube. And we appreciate all y'all's support, and just continue to support our videos and all our content and our articles and everything. And we're going to continue to feed them to y'all because Houston sports is right around the corner. Astros starting their playoffs soon. Rockets getting going. Texans getting going, and we're going to continue to pump out all this content for y'all. We appreciate it.